I want to just come on here and just, say, shout out to Ahmaud Arbery's family, especially his mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, for being as strong as she was for the last 2 years. I know this has been a very grueling process for her, and it's crazy how 2 years just went by in a flash, considering this is around the time that her son was murdered. Around this time 2 years ago. Of course, we didn't learn about it until May of 2020. But I feel like I shouldn't even have to ask if y'all don't know. Y'all already know. But the McMichaels and Brian Roddie Williams, I'm guessing that's his, listen, that other one, have all been found guilty on the hate crime charges that were brought against them. As you know, all of them are serving life sentences. The only one is that at the end is that he gets eligible for parole after 30 years. But let's hope for the best. And hopefully y'all can read between the lines when I say that. But I was not worried that they wouldn't be found guilty, because I said if they could be found guilty of pretty much every single charge with the exception of one, and they're already serving a life sentence, then this hate crime charge that they were hit with would be a cakewalk. Like I said, that would make no sense if they were found not guilty of this, but were already guilty of everything else. That would have made no sense to me. That's why I'm not even going to bother just like even reading anything about this. The fact of the matter is that this saga has finally now come to a close. Ahmaud Arbery, his family and his loved ones, they got justice like pretty much in a full 360-degree way. But like we always say, this is the exception. Unfortunately, it is not the rule, because there are still other people out there that need justice as well. The pigs that were responsible, or at least one of them who was responsible for the death, or should I say the murder and execution of Breonna Taylor, is also now currently on trial. But like Professor Black Truth said, I don't expect much to come of that. I feel like that's a forced trial. Like they're forcing them to want to do that trial. And I feel like they don't want to do it, because everything that could have went wrong with that case just did, and just kept getting worse as time went on. If they could have put Kenneth Walker on trial, they most definitely would have. After all, he was the only one out of those three that was arrested, and all he was doing was defending his home and trying to defend his spouse. But I am glad that, that they did get found guilty of the hate crime charges. I wasn't worried. I was probably one of the few people that wasn't worried about this. I knew they were going to be found guilty of this as well. I don't know what additional sentencing they're going to get. I mean, on top of everything that they have, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I also, we have to shout out, us, because, the people, we helped to keep this story out there. We helped to propel this to where it needed to be, because we could have just went silent on it, especially with everything that was going on last year. I mean, not last year, in 2020. I mean, we was in quarantine. We was dealing with a worldwide pandemic, still dealing with it. And then you had Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and George Floyd literally hit us like all at one time, because like I said, when Breonna Taylor, we learned about it until May. Ahmaud Arbery wasn't until May, even though hers was in March and his was in February. And then George Floyd happened, and then all of that culminated into one fell swoop. Now, what would be nice, of course, if they do find the pigs guilty with Breonna Taylor, because then you'll have the Trinity. But I'm not too hopeful for that one, because like I said, it's so much going on with that one. They want those three to walk away so bad, and that damn Daniel Cameron can't stand to even mention his name, because that means his image pops up in my head. That bastard, he's good for nothing. I swear he isn't. But I'm glad of the outcome for this. We still got a lot of work that has to be done, but I am glad that this was the outcome. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you have not done so already. Make sure that you go ahead and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live.